My name is Rahman. Currently, I am studying PhD at Durham University, UK, doing field work in collaboration with World's Wildlife and Community Research Centre in South Africa. My research based around what are the changes appearing in terms of behavior and the physiology after having human foods of Chacma baboons. Well, yes, the troop I'm studying, they usually depend on the local landfill site. We used to call it a local dumping site, and they spend in an average 3 hours per day for their diet, and they usually eat bread, purees, leftover fruits, leftover vegetables, milk product like cheese, yogurt, and any other sorts of fizzy drinks, Coca-Cola, any soft drinks, juices, and all sorts of human foods. The people used to dump here. They eat everything from here. The research methods I'm using for my study include direct behavioral observations through a scan, focal, and ad libitum sampling. To obtain my physiological data, I used to collect the fecal samples from baboons, and my aim is to collect at least one sample per individual per week. Then in every 15 days I do the dump phenology. That means I assess the quality and the quantity of the foods that people usually used to dump here. And then I've also assessed the natural food availability in the baboons ranging area, and I do in once a month. Primates that live in human modified environments face several constraints. To overcome this constraint, they display the remarkable dietary flexibility, including incorporate human dry foods into their diet. This human dry food either came from agricultural crops, provisioning, homestead gardens, and any other source of human food sources, including the garbage dumps. And all sorts of human foods are highly energy rich, palatable, easily digestible, and temporarily predictable, and sometimes readily available than the natural foods. The baboon's normal diet consists of leaves, fruits, birds, and sometimes opportunistically they hunt the animal matters. However, the troop I'm studying is mainly depend on the dumb foods, I mean human foods, which they are not supposed to do. So my hypothesis is the baboons who have access to high quality human foods, they spend less time in feeding and moving activities and more time in resting, grooming, and other social activities. And as they're having high quality foods, I would also expect they are less stressed and their basal metabolic rate would be higher than their natural foraging counterparts. start with chicken. This 120 is fine because it's there is a box with. Then let's have our first melon. Cool.
Ndisauya neiko baba pamberi pashe ndisauya neiko ini Jehova ndisauya neiko baba pamberi pashe ndinouya neiko ini Jehova kana ndouya kuzomupfugamira kana ndokotama pamberi penyu baba kana ndosvika panzvimbo yokusangana ndishiuya kuimba yenyu baba kuzomunamata kuzorumbidza Mwari wangu ndanga ndafunga inini iri ndarama inokosha ndigokupaiwo zhinji kwazvo imba yenyu ive yakapfuma kuve namakomo endarama kunganzi ndikokutenda here vangati chiti ave mafuta baba tikupei ose enyika ino dzive nzizi dzine zuru zvine gumi imba yenyu ive yakapfuma kunganzi ndikokutenda here aishopete ndimwari uyu asinende pfuma nazvose zvepasi pano ndivo Mwari vanoyera mabasa omunhu kani ishanoda ruenzaniso Mwari anoda mwoyo chena aishopete ndimwari uyu.
As a part of my physiological data collection, I collect the fecal samples from the baboons. You see, this is a very fresh sample. The Ruby is just a couple of minutes ago she pooped, and I'm going to collect this sample. So first I will take this sample, and you see it's a little bit seedy. So first I will remove the seeds from there. It will take quite a few minutes, I think. So this sample is now quite ready to take. So this is seedless, grassless, and any gravel or unwanted particles is nothing is there. It's fresh sample. So it's approximately 5 grams of sample I'm taking into my sample taking pots. So I'm taking this sample here, then remove my flops. Okay. and then I'm tagging this sample. So I have already written it, and I'm just taking this tag to the bottle and one more in the cap. You will see is a 2209. It's a sample number. It's a ruby. It's a individual ID. /P means it's a pregnant, her reproductive status. It's time of sample collection like 1250. Then date and the name of collector. And now I will seal the cap with the box paper. Yeah. So you see, the bottle is fully sealed with this paper, and now I am storing this sample to the cooler bag here, and during this field work it will be here, and on return to the campsite the sample will finally stored in the -20 freezer. That's it, and this is how I usually collect the fecal sample. Cool. This is our number 8 transects. You see down? It's a H. H means it's a number of transects, and the white color is indicates the number of tree in this transect. Okay. And now we are going to assess how much the leaves and fruits these trees have right now. Okay. Yeah, cool.
Number 2.
Then 15 rough leaf corkwood. 15.
This one.
16 hardwood leaf.
Agalirala, agalirala. agalirala mu nkolimbo, agalirala mu nkolimbo, okwogera njogera ensuwa eyogera n'olwendo, agalirala mu nkolimbo, agalirala mu nkolimbo, agalirala mu nkolimbo, agalirala mu nkolimbo, okwogera njogera omweru taakira muddugavu, agalirala mu nkolimbo, agalirala mu nkolimbo, agalirala mu
My first 3 months was going very smooth, and then after that, the due to the legal restriction due to the coronavirus, I stopped my working last for 7-8 weeks, and then a couple of shooting events happened in last September and October, and after that it was really tough to follow them. So yeah, it's overall I'm happy what I have done so far. Well, before me, two assistants started a habituation with the baboon, and when I came here, the baboon is already habituated with the human. Even though when I started following them, then they're very weird to me and looks like I'm a stranger, and obviously they're a stranger to me as well. Uh, so after a couple of days of following, yeah, they become friends of me, and I used to follow the whole day, and then they become friends of me. And sometimes they allow me very close to them, and they also come very close to me. So yeah, we become very friend. Yeah. Yes. Um, I have a very favorite baboon, and his name is Clapto. And every baboon is different, different in their behavior. So Clapto is very funny baboon, right? So far I know. Um, he's displays some funny behaviors like looking back through his legs and screw uncapping the screw things like as humans. Always try to play with the baby baboons. Always so joyful and the playful behavior. So I like him very much. Yeah, definitely, definitely. The first 7-8 months observation and observation last 2-3 months is completely different. Yeah, I can say first 7-8 months it was very smooth. They follow the regular routine, like they used to sleep in the definite sleeping site, and then just little bit foraging in the other natural environments. So went to the dump. Yeah, they follow the very regular routine. But after the shooting events in last September and October, the 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 daily routine was completely changed. Like they move a lot of different places where they never been there in last 7-8 months, and they sleep a lot of different places, almost different days in and different sleeping sites. So yeah, it's completely different in last after shooting events, I can say. If you ask me about highs, I would say the walking with the baboons in early morning, it was really really interesting, and sometimes the baby baboons interacted with us and do some playful things. It's really fantastic to see. And about the low things, I would say um, wake up at half past three in the morning, following baboons in 14-15 hours in around 40 degrees Celsius temperature. It was really hard to walk. And the most annoying thing is like flies, like thousands and thousands flies roaming around your head, and sometimes try to get into nose, ears, eyes, mouth. It is really annoying to survive in that kind of situation. And then um, obviously they're shooting things. Yeah, I don't mind if people shoot baboons for their food or any purpose, but they shoot for the just amusement. They do nothing about the dead body, so it's really really worst thing to me. And lastly, I would say, uh, I do the dump phenology. So when I open the bags in the dump, so sometimes the contents in the bags was really really rotten, and I feel really sick when I do these things. So yeah, these are the low things I can say. Yeah, my fieldwork is complete, so I need a proper break to be honest. I'm kind of like I'm done. I'm completely naked now, so I need a proper break, and after break I will analyze my fecal sample that I have collected in last year, and then I will analyze the data that I have collected in the field and that I will take from my the sample analysis, and then I will produce a thesis. Hopefully, this is my plan right now. My first advice would be patient and always bear in mind that the wild animals are very much unpredictable, um, and if you are very passionate about the wildlife research, just give it to go. It might be amazing, interesting, if little exhausting.
I will eat like a bobjan, drink like a bobjan, sleep like a real bobjan. I will cry like a bobjan, laugh like a bobjan, run like a real bobjan. I will fight like a bobjan, shout like a bobjan, sing like a real bobjan.